faulty thinking and some of the common cognitive distortions that we all experience and how we can combat them. So I'm going to start off with all or nothing thinking. So all or nothing thinking is when it's absolutely good or it's absolutely terrible. You know the score, you've been to work, the day's been okay, a couple of good things have happened, but just as you're about to leave, somebody calls with a massive problem and you end up being 20 minutes late. It's complicated, it's not a great way to end the day. You get home, your partner says to you, so how was work today, honey? And it was just awful. You're not going to believe what happened at the end of the day. And you write off your entire day because of one situation, one incident. And you forget the fact that your friend at work's had a new grandchild, that you had a really great lunch, that your boss gave you some really good feedback, and that generally your day, most of your day, was excellent. All or nothing thinking makes us quite dramatic, and it also makes us forget the really good stuff that went on. And that's a real shame, because that means we're writing it out of our memory, we aren't sharing it, we're not reliving it, and we're not appreciating it. So all or nothing thinking is something to be really, really super aware of, because once we're aware of stuff, once we can catch these faulty thoughts, we can challenge them. And we can stop ourselves mid-sentence when we're going, oh, we had a terrible day, but you know what? Lots of it was really good. And we can pull it back. And that is so much better for our relationships and so much better for our mental health. Another way in which we faulty think or cognitive distort is when we fortune tell. Now, maybe some people can tell fortunes. Personally, I have learned through experience that I can't know what's going to happen in the future. I can have a good guess. I can put a bet on it if I want to. I can think there are possible outcomes to a situation, but I can't actually know. And if I let my worries about what might happen in the future prevent me from trying something, that can be a real shame. And it can stop me having some great opportunities. For example, I booked a holiday a month or two ago for next April. Now, a lot of people I've spoken to have not done this. They have said because of the current situation with Corona, they're not going to do anything, they're not going to put any plans in because it could all fail. But thinking like that means that come next April, they may not be able to get a holiday, they may not get the chance to book that time off work, they may not get that much needed break. So I say, you know what, have a bit of a can-do attitude, put on a big smile, invest a little bit in the future, and don't assume the worst. You don't know how life's going to work out. It could be absolutely amazing. So give it a chance, have a growth mindset, and just take a punt on the fact it might be good. Another way in which we cognitive distort is when we mind read. We cannot mind read. It isn't possible. I really don't believe it. I think even when you see it on TV, it's just little tricks, you know. So here's an example of mind reading, something that children do. They might call their friend and say, hey, do you want to go and hang out at the park? And the friend says, oh, no, not tonight. So your child comes to you and says, they don't like me anymore. They don't like me anymore. They don't want to be my friend. What makes you think that? They don't want to hang out with me. And I know they've been out for the last 4 nights and they do not want to hang out with me. But maybe they're doing something. No, they just don't hang out with me. Your child is mind reading what's going on for that other child. We all do it. Even as adults, we think we know what's going on in somebody else's mind. We think they're not interested in us anymore. We think we're not going to get that promotion because our boss doesn't think we're good enough. We think that even though we've got a brilliant idea for an amazing novel, our publisher's not going to think that because we normally write other kinds of things. I'm talking about myself. We mind read. We think we know and we don't. And if we just remember that we don't know somebody else's mind, they could be madly in love with us. They could think we're their very best friend. They could think we're the best employer they have ever had. It could be great what's going in their mind about us. And us thinking the worst is not helpful. So what we need to do is catch ourselves mind reading, catch ourselves making these assumptions, and instead ask the question, what's going on for you? Why don't you want to come out tonight? Why haven't you considered me for this promotion? Do you like me? Do you want to hang out sometime, or isn't it what you want to do? Ask the question, catch yourselves mind reading. It can really, really be very helpful. So, fortune telling, mind reading, all or nothing thinking, no. And then, last of all, but this is a key one, this is a key distortion that makes people frightened of things, and that's generalizing. That's having one bad experience and assuming it will repeat. Assuming that because one cat scratched you, that loads of cats are going to scratch you throughout your life. So avoid them, avoid. And this is what leads to fear. One bad experience. I had an accident in a car when I was quite young and got hit by a bread lorry. Someone passed out driving a bread lorry and randomly hit the back of a taxi I was in, and for many years I was extremely nervous when I would see a lorry on the road anywhere, in the rearview mirror, anywhere. And it took someone pointing out to me that out of the probably thousands of lorries I'd seen since that incident, none of them had hit me. One had hit me. Thousands and thousands hadn't. You know, and that's really interesting, isn't it? Because we make these generalizations, we make them about people. They've done us wrong once, it will happen again. You know, we make it about jobs. That job didn't work out for me. I'm better never working in that industry. And we make these generalizations and we cut ourselves off from really amazing experiences because of it. So it's really important not to do that, not to make those generalizations and have those cognitive distortions. And the way we do it is by observing them and challenging them and having a really good can-do attitude. So a little whistle stop tour of faulty thinking there. I hope you found it useful. If you want to look at this in regard to children, I write about this in Create Your Own Calm, but it's definitely something we're thinking about as an adult, because we do this all the time. We make these assumptions. We think we know, and we don't know. We might feel, but we don't know unless we ask, unless we give things a go. So that's my tip for you this week. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you very soon.